Noah, thank you very much and everything for doing what you did and everything at the end. I know it was tough for you to do it, but you did a fantastic job. Thank you, buddy.
So it may take me a few minutes to get through this, obviously, so I'll apologize in advance. First, again, I also want to recognize my son Noah, because what Noah was able to do at almost 8 years old, I know adults who can't do that. They can't say what it's like, they can't put into words, and what Noah was reading, essentially what we did is took how Noah said he felt over the past 7 years and put it together. The first time we went to film this, Noah couldn't do it. He was too upset and said, no, I can't do it, and so we said, we won't make you do it. Then the second time Noah came to us and said, I can do it, I'm ready to do it, I want to do what's best for my brother, and I want to help. And so we spent an evening doing this at our house, but Noah was able to do it. So before I go on with my speech, I would love to give him one more round of applause, because he's a child. I wouldn't make him come up here, so. Okay. First, I would like to thank the Fraternal Order of the Eagles, my Uncle Ray Measle, Chris, Henry, for the opportunity to be standing before you this evening. It's a great honor to be representing the Nebraska SIDS Foundation and to be your chosen state charity, so thank you from the bottom of our hearts. First, I stand before you tonight as an Eagles member, a mother and a director of the SIDS Foundation. First, as an Eagles member, I have grown up in the Eagles. There isn't a moment in my life I don't remember the Eagles, from my grandfather, Alvin Koch, to my grandmother, past Madam State President Charlene Koch, to my aunts, yes, I'm a TFK, I'm sorry, I apologize for that, but I am, to my grandparents, my aunts, my uncles, and my parents. The Eagles has been in my family my entire life. Never in a million years did I think I'd be standing up here presenting at an Eagles function in this fashion. I've seen how the Eagles joins together and takes care of their fellow brothers and sisters for many years. Next, I stand before you as a mother. I'm a mother of 3 sons. The amazing loves of my life are Noah, Braden, and Chase. My beautiful boys are my world. You truly never understand the meaning of unconditional love until you give someone life. It's an amazingly beautiful, rewarding, challenging gift that if you experience once in your lifetime, you're lucky, but 3 times, I consider myself extremely blessed. I, however, am not your ordinary mother. I am different because I unfortunately had to endure the loss of one of my children. My son Braden passed away at 6 short weeks of life. There was no noise, there was no pain, he just went to sleep and never woke up again. As a mother, I was tasked with the gut-wrenching task of trying to raise my son Noah, meanwhile survive the loss of my son Braden. I'm sorry for sniffling in the microphone. Really quick, I'm sorry. I hate listening to that too. Thank you. I'm sorry.
Don't blow it in there.
I know. I'm the one who said I wanted to speak after the video, and I shouldn't have done that. Okay, excuse me. I'm so sorry. Okay, let's try this again. As a mother, I was tasked with the gut-wrenching task of trying to raise one son, meanwhile survive the loss of another. I will tell you, it was the most pain I've ever experienced in my entire life. As a parent, you're never supposed to bury your child. It's a torturous, painful, scary process that when you've survived one part, unfortunately, a worse part is right behind it waiting. If it wasn't for my son Noah, there is no way I'd be standing here presenting almost 7 years later. I should have a family with an 8-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a 4-year-old. Instead, I have an 8-year-old, a 4-year-old, and I'm lucky enough to have my own guardian angel. Now you may recognize that I just said lucky, and I did. I was lucky enough to have my son for 6 weeks. It could have been 6 minutes, it could have been 6 days, it could have been 6 hours. I had him 6 weeks. Lastly, I stand before you as the director of the SIDS Foundation. I believe with every tragedy, there's a lesson to be learned. If you pay attention during it, you'll be lucky enough to see it. In my case, the lesson that I learned was that there's a faceless monster out there known as SIDS. It took my son Braden from me, as well as countless other families in Nebraska. I realized that there is a need to do more about SIDS, so I got involved. Through it, I have been lucky enough to meet families like the Means family, who also lost their son Jace. You see, SIDS is not biased. It does not discriminate. It has no gender preference. What it does is it takes an otherwise healthy infant up to 1 year of age away from his or her mother and father, leaving them with this horrible hole in their lives. It can destroy you if you let it. And that's why I'm standing here tonight, to not only share my story with you, but to tell you that now you have the opportunity to raise awareness. You have the ability to make an impact. For the next year, there will be fundraisers, dinners, breakfasts, and so on. With your support, you will allow us to support all 93 counties in Nebraska with SIDS education, support, and research. The next family that we will be able to help will be done so because of people like yourselves. I'd like to leave you with this final thought as you embark on your year-long fundraising journey. It's from the amazing late Elizabeth Edwards. I'm sharing this because as you learn more about SIDS, no doubt you will come across a family you maybe didn't know survived the loss of SIDS, so I ask you to please keep this quote in mind. If you know someone who has lost a child and you're afraid to mention them because you think you might make them sad by reminding them that they died, they didn't forget they died. You're not reminding them. What you're reminding them is that you remember that they lived, and that's the greatest gift of all. Thank you.
Okay, ladies, remember we talked about in meeting, the Eagles do magic, so let's do it this year. My turn again. I'm that bad penny that keeps coming back, but I got good things today. And just so you know, this is Noah. Guy in the red shirt.
Chase.
Oh, here comes Chase. Okay, this is Chase. And Chase is the birthday boy. Monday he's got a birthday coming in. I think he's going to be 5. He doesn't want to be a part of this. Michelle, come up here, honey. On behalf of the Nebraska State Eagles Area and Auxiliary, I'm going to present to you a check for $5,000 for us to kick this off this year for Chris and Ray. So there we are. Thank you. Before you guys go away, we need to do the candy boxes. So I'm going to stand right here and you can do your thing and finish if you can talk. You're done. You're done. Okay. Are